Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Together is the, let's say, less amiable Craig Lynd today.
Amiable?
Amiable.
Amiable?
Amiable. Amicable.
Amicable?
Amicable. There's a lot of things that I have issues with today. First Amendment rights. I say what I want. It's funny.
Oh, that's not necessarily true.
Well, there are limitations. But I noticed one thing. After a show, some people come up and they say, man, I loved your show, but this joke bothered me.
People actually say that they like this show?
Not this one.
Who are these people?
My comedy show. When I do stand-up.
Oh, not this. Of course
not this
one.
show. They don't like this show.
Okay.
They just write us nasty grams. What do you guys know?
That's true.
What are you, lawyers? Yeah, we are. We're 30 years. We're pretty good at this. But the point is this. After I do a comedy show, every once in a while, and it doesn't happen a lot, people will come up, hey, man, I love your routine, but this bothered me. And I said to her, well, let me run this by. So all the other jokes were okay. But because this one touched you, you didn't like it. So you should either hate all of them or suck it up. You don't get to pick and choose how you're offended.
I think the come to Jesus conversation goes like this. If you laughed at 90% of the things I said, it might be you that has a problem with that 10% of the material. Were other people laughing? Did you hear other people laughing around you? Then it was probably funny.
It's humor.
Come up to me when nobody's laughing. But you don't have to tell me when nobody's laughing. I know it more than anybody because I'm hearing it.
And what is the level of a joke that you can take that you think is funny?
Oh, there should be almost no level. Okay. Like you should, as a comedian, I think one of the things you should say to yourself, how many people can I offend tonight? I want these people to just walk out here going, wow, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah. I've had that happen. I've had people bust out and do this because I have a bad joke I tell in the beginning, or sometimes I say, I said my buddy Miguel says, where are the Latinos? My Ken says, where are my brothers and sisters? And then I say, hey, where are my white people? And the place erupts. And then I say, and I have a good joke. I say, hey, listen, we don't want to start a bad parade. Relax. And I've never gotten heat about that because they're going, oh, you said it in a certain way. It's okay. Now, here's what I don't like. Well, he's not that funny. If he was funnier, he could get away with that joke. People actually do that. Depending on how good a comedian you are, they will either forgive you or not forgive you. Like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was a brilliant comedian. He probably still is. He hasn't performed in a long time. But he did this thing on chopsticks being, cheap. And he goes, what a bargain. He said, the sign said, chopsticks, I forget, 25 cents or something. What a bargain. And he did the voice. Eddie might get away with that. He also might get away with it because he's also a minority.
Oh, that's probably the reason that they let Eddie Murphy get away with it. It's because he's both.
But my white ass, if I drop an Asian accent, I'm out.
No, I don't think that should be the case.
It is the case, though.
It is.
It is.
But you guys out there in comedy land, you comedians, you're it. You're our foot soldiers.
You're the defense.
You're our front line.
The last defense.
You're the first defense.
Ooh.
You got to get out there. You got to set the tone. You got to let people know it's okay to say things that are funny. It's okay
to be offensive.
And if somebody wants to figure out a way to pretzel twist it into being offended, well, then by all means, knock yourself out. But the fact is, it's funny.
Well, this is kind of a setup. I feel kind of bad I did this to you.
Oh, you set me up?
I did, a little bit. Jimmy Kimmel drops a joke about the First Lady and says, the exact line was, she has a glow like an expectant widow. And President and the FCC think he should be fired and canceled because he's inciting violence on the president.
He didn't incite violence on the president. If you are a conservative and you voted for Trump, obviously you're not going to find that funny. If you're a Democrat, that's hysterical.
You find it hysterical.
You're probably still laughing if you're a Democrat, but it doesn't cross the line to tell somebody, oh, hey, go kill him. It's kind of making light of the fact that, hey, there's been a multiple attempts on him now. Are we allowed to notice that? Are we allowed to notice that there's been multiple attempts on the president's life and then kind of try to make light of it?
I had a joke. You remember my president joke when he gets shot? I said the reason why people like Trump is because Trump is like a rapper. He's like 50 Cent. He gets shot and he comes back. I put that fist up in the air. He dropped the white power sign. I mean, the black power sign when he got shot. I was going.
I think that was the fight.
That was kind of gangster. A little gangster.
Listen, everybody thought that was a pretty inspiring moment.
I mean, here's the thing. But I can't believe that our White House, and it's ours. I don't care what you say. You don't have to support it, but it's our White House. I'm an American citizen. The presidency, it's our president. I don't care who's in the job. Now, what bothers me is this. Our president says some rough crap. He does it all the time. And I'm cool with it because he's the president and he's got a right. But when Kimmel says something, we got to shut him down. And that's what's going on right now.
Can't believe you're taking that position.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to shut.
Oh, you're not advocating that Jimmy Kimmel just said, oh, okay, all right.
I want you to know something.
You probably thought it was, well, okay.
I was absolutely positive that Craig was going to go, there's a line. But I guess.
It's past the poor taste line. It's a poor taste.
It's a poor taste joke.
But I can understand where to half of the country, or actually less than half if you want to get technical, would think that was funny. And that's fine. You can laugh at that joke if you want to. I don't think it's funny, but I could see where other people would think it was funny.
I don't think that's the test. The test is whether you found it funny. The test is we're allowed to say it. Now, here's the argument.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's the argument.
No one
here's
found
the
it
argument,
funny.
though.
I would still make the same argument, even if nobody thought it was funny.
Well, the argument is they believe it incites violence on the president. That's the argument.
No, that people are making that argument, maybe because they don't understand. Inciting violence is not talking from the stage at a studio that you're shooting your weekly or daily show from. Inciting violence is on a stage with a giant crowd in front of you, and you say, "Hey, let's go right now! Everybody, get your stuff." Hey, see, there he is. Let's go get him. That is inciting violence.
But what about Kathy Griffith? She had that.
Again, poor taste, but she should be allowed to do it. And then she got lung cancer, and then all over the internet, everybody was holding up Kathy's head, and she couldn't take it. So if you're going to be a comedian, you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it back.
I take it a lot. When I do shows with other comedians, I take a beating. Mm-hmm. And I've heard these, like, for example, here's a terrible joke that one of my fellow comedians said on air. He goes, "Jeff, you're just upset that your people killed Jesus."
I'm sorry,
I know.
I'm probably not supposed to laugh at
now,
that. I saw the movie though. I saw the movie.
I was sitting there. I was sitting there going, okay, it's a painful joke. So what did I do? I went over the top. I didn't let it happen. I go, and you're welcome. Because you'd be praying to rocks if it wasn't for my people. And it was like
good comeback.
Slap.
Good comeback.
Now, we took a little heat. I was told, Jeff, that was a tough joke. I'm going, which one? The one that my people killed Jesus, or you're welcome? That's the thing about comedy. It's how quick you can slap back. At the ending of every one of my bits, I flip it on you. And it's for the surprise factor, not the offense factor, but just because it goes, oh, it makes you respond. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh my God, I didn't expect that. And that's what's funny. Now, some of the best comedians in the world have been also the most offensive.
Oh yeah. Actually, the most offensive ones are the funniest. Because they don't care. They don't care about what you think about their material.
It's easier to be offensive than clean. We can agree on that. It's almost impossible.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's easier to tell a joke that would be offensive. I agree with that. You have to really go out of your way to not be offensive, and then that kind of stifles the comedy. If you're going out of your way to not be offensive, now you've I hate to call it an art or a craft, but I guess really that's what it is. Being a comedian, you have an art, you have a craft. You're up there and you're trying to share your art and craft with other people for the purpose of getting them to laugh.
I saw a comedian named Nate Bargatze, and Nate is one of the most popular touring comics right now. Absolutely clean. Everybody opens for him is clean. he packs stadiums, 18,000 arenas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm blown away by that number because that Dave Chappelle gets that number. And this clean comic gets in and people bring their kids. And I'm like, oh my God. And I see kids walk in and I'm like, oh Lord. But it's okay. Somehow the jokes are so benign, but they're ridiculously hysterical.
Well, yeah, you can tell stories that are funny that don't offend anybody.
It's so hard to get that laugh. I think of every bit I do. The Jacob bit is the closest to clean I've got.
Do you find other parents of autistic kids coming up to you and saying, how dare you use this affliction as a prop or a comic relief element?
No. And if somebody ever did come up to me and say, hey, I was seriously offended by that, I said, I'm terribly sorry. I'm sorry you found offense in it. I didn't apologize for the joke. I said, I'm sorry you found offense in it. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to tell the joke. The fact is, even if the joke was offensive, the bit, my son is the hero of the story. He's the antagonist. He's the one that's beating the crap out of people. He's not the one that you feel sad for or I'm making fun of. He's the one who's making fun of the other person. And it's a true story in the sense that that's what he does. But if you were offended by it, walk it off. You had no issue with me making fun of my girlfriend or making fun of old people having to crap in boxes.
I've heard your material before. You don't really go reaching trying to offend people.
Well, I don't reach for it, but some of the things. I mean, some of my jokes are.
You don't go out of your way to do Asian or Black or Hispanic jokes. No. You don't do any of the stereotype jokes.
I have a lesbian joke.
You will sometimes do the Jewish stereotype jokes only because you're Jewish, probably.
Attorney jokes. I make fun of real people. I mean, I'm thinking in my bit, I do have one lesbian joke, offhanded joke. And I've had lesbians come up to me at the show and go, Jeff, that was funny. But a
lot of lesbians are very good natured about comic that is directed in their field. They really are.
I mean, it's like, but the joke isn't about a personal issue.
They're kind of like dudes, right?
It's a softball joke, and it's very benign. But I mean, it hits you so fast. You're like, oh, okay. And when I tell it, believe it or not, I am aware at that moment that I'm pushing the envelope. I'm aware of it. I'm a little scared too, because Jacob has a thing. It's the autistic racist where he realizes this black woman is in front of him and he says something inappropriate for a
casual conversation where you don't know the person.
Yeah. He says, I love your brown face. And puts me in a bad situation.
And then you're having to explain. Well,
he's autistic. He's autistic. He's like, but that's the First Amendment. That's a lot of things. No, it doesn't give you the right to cause violence, but anybody can take anything and interpret it. Oh, I made fun of the president. I made fun of a senator. I made fun of a representative. They could say, oh, maybe this person's bad and I should do something. That's not. That's regular commentary. Even regular political commentary where I said the president sucks or the senator sucks. That could be interpreted, I don't like him and you should do something. But it's nonsense. Unless I make it very clear, hey, somebody should do this. That's a different thing, me making a joke or commentary.